Hi! So I've got a nice little yoga practice for you today. Great for if you've been out for a run or a walk, whatever outdoor activity you enjoy. So we're just going to flow through a few movements, get everything nice and stretched out. So when you're ready, join me on the mat. We're going to start standing up. Now in this practice, for some of you, you might find some bricks or blocks helpful and maybe a strap. You might find you don't need them, but if you have them to hand ready, and then you don't have to be scrabbling around trying to find them. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Bring yourself onto the mat. So I'm going to face you, but you can turn to face the front of the mat. Standing with your feet hip distance apart, coming into Tadasana, our mountain pose. Tailbone slightly tucked under, shoulders down and back. Lowering the gaze or closing the eyes if that's comfortable. And we'll just take a moment, tuning in, drawing the awareness into the body. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth and sigh that breath out. And again, deep breath in. And sigh that breath out. Once more, deep breath in. Hold that breath in a moment. And then sighing that breath out. Great. Allowing the breath to settle into a steady rhythm. So you can stay with the eyes closed, or if it's more comfortable to open the eyes, gently letting the eyes open. We're just going to walk the heels. So stretch through the feet. Nice steady movement. Great. And then both heels coming down onto the mat. So bring that weight even between both feet. With an inhale, we're going to lift the heels, nice strong ankles, lift up over the knees. And then exhale, lower the heels down towards the mat. Take the weight back towards the heels. See if you can lift the toes and spread the toes. So inhale, coming forward, lifting the heels, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, lower the heels, nice and steady. Lift the toes, spread the toes. And again, inhale, coming forwards. Try and move straight up, so trying not to lean forward. Keep that tummy nice and strong. Exhale, lower the heels down. Lift the toes, spread the toes. So this time we're going to take the arms out and up as we go. Lift the heels. We're going to see if we can hold for a breath. So full breath in. Full breath out. And then lowering the heels down, bring the hands down to prayer in front of the heart. Fantastic. And again, inhale, lift the heels, take the arms out and up. Nice strong ankles, nice strong knees, full breath in. And full breath out. Great, lower the heels down, bring the hands down. One more time. Inhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then lowering down. Fantastic. Give the legs a bit of a wriggle. We'll take the weight into the left foot, bringing the right knee up towards you. I will mirror. So if you can, take hold around the knee and hug that leg in towards you. If that's a bit too much right now, hold on round the back of the thigh instead, so the leg can be a little bit lower. Or you could have your hands on your hips and just lift the foot slightly up off the mat. If you're feeling super wobbly today, find yourself a wall, hold on to a wall, and we'll just give that ankle a nice circle. Again, if you're feeling wobbly, you can find a drishti, so a focus point that can help you balance. Take those ankle circles in the opposite direction. Wonderful. and then we'll release that leg. So weight into the right foot, bringing the left leg up. Again, you could hold on around the back of the thigh, hold on around the knee, whatever is best. Giving that left ankle a good circle one way, and then the other way. Fantastic. And then we'll release that leg. So standing with the feet hip distance apart again, we'll take the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, all but the index finger, which you're going to bring together, and the thumbs together. Deep breath in to lengthen up. Exhale, bending to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale over to the left. Great. Inhale, center once more to either side. So really lengthen up, bending to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale over to the left. Great. Inhale, center. Release the hands, bringing them back down by the sides. Give the shoulders a little roll. So we'll step the feet out so that they're a little bit wider than hip distance. Lovely. Let the hands be nice and loose, and we're just going to twist. So nice soft knees, heavy hands, twisting from side to side. So you can start to bend into the knees, making that twist a little bit bigger. Make sure you've got enough space around you so you're not knocking over any ornaments. Making those movements a bit bigger each time. You can start to lift the heels. You can use your breath here. So taking a nice breath in, and then sigh that breath out. Great. Make those movements even bigger, bringing the arms up to shoulder height. And then bringing those arms up so they're all the way up above the head. Now if you feel dizzy at any point, just keep the gaze forward instead of taking the gaze with the twist. Or you can always slow this movement down. Try and let everything just move freely if you can. Let go of the ego, don't worry about what you look like. Bringing the arms back down to shoulder height. All the way back down towards waist height, starting to slow that movement down. And then allowing it to come to a natural finish. And if you can, just closing the eyes as you stand and notice that movement of energy through the body, what in the yoga world we call prana. So heel toe the feet back towards the center. So hopefully you are standing facing the front of your mat. We're standing with feet hip distance apart again. Standing up nice and tall in our Tadasana pose. We're going to step back with our left foot. Nice big step. Coming into Warrior One. So for Warrior One, we want to keep that gap between the feet. So if you've stepped back and you've ended up all on one straight line, just step that foot back out a little bit. Toes turned out at around 45 degrees. And we're bending into the right knee. So hips facing front, bending into that right knee, pushing through that back heel. So you might want to wriggle your feet around a little bit until you can find that best version of Warrior One for you. Great. For now, we'll just keep the hands on the hips. Really push through that back leg. Use the back heel, use the back leg. Think about tucking the tailbone under slightly so you're not overarching that lower back. Wonderful. Then we're going to straighten through our right leg and we're going to go into Parsvottanasana. So we're folding over that right leg. Now, you can keep these back toes turned out at around 45 degrees, or you can turn the feet so that they come towards parallel. We'll keep our hands on our hips, so keeping those hips nice and level. We'll start with a little back bend. So inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, little bend back, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come into center. Don't worry if there's a little wobble. And then exhale, folding forward. So this front leg doesn't have to be dead straight. You can keep a bit of a bend in it. Bringing the hands down either onto the leg or onto the mat, or if you have blocks or bricks, using those to bring your hands down onto the blocks or the bricks. They could be down on the sides or they could be on the short end to give you a little bit more space so you can lift up a little bit higher. Trying to bring the hips as level as you can. Wonderful. So with an inhale, pop the hands back onto the hips, draw yourself all the way back up to standing. And we'll step forward, ready to go on the other side. So make sure your feet are hip distance apart again. We'll take a nice big step back with our right foot. So coming into Warrior One with the right foot back. So bend into the left knee. Remember, wriggle the feet as much as you need to. Hips facing front. Keep the hands on the hips for now. So really pay attention to what those hips are doing. Is the right hip trying to take itself back a little bit? Can you bring it round? Maybe bring the toes round a little to help. Is the tailbone tilting? Can you tuck that tailbone under and you'll feel the lower abdominal muscles engage slightly. Really push through that back heel. Lovely. Then we're going to straighten through that left leg. Again, back toes can stay turned out at 45 degrees, or you can turn the feet to parallel. Make sure you've still got the gap between the feet. Deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, little bend back. Inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, folding over that left leg. Remember, leg doesn't have to be dead straight. You can have a bit of a bend. Reaching for the blocks, the leg or the floor. Thinking about bringing the hips as level as you can. And then with an inhale, hands to hips, lengthen up, draw yourself all the way back up to standing and stepping forward. Fantastic. So again, standing, feet hip distance apart. This time we'll bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart. We're going to take a nice big step back with that left foot. Find your Warrior One position, wriggle the feet as much as you need to, and then we'll take the arms out and up, palms facing, shoulders down. Lovely. So turn those back toes, ready for Parsvottanasana. Straighten through the right leg, and we're going to hinge forward over that leg. So pop the hands back onto the hips if you need to. Reach for blocks or hands onto legs or onto mat, whatever is best. So trying to lengthen over that front leg. You should feel it all the way down the back of that front leg. Wonderful. With an inhale, we're going to lengthen up, draw yourself all the way back up to standing. And then stepping forward. Fantastic. Ready to go on the other side. So stepping back with the right foot. Find your warrior one. Wriggle the feet around. When the feet feel right, take the arms out and up. Palms facing, shoulders down. Lovely. Straighten through that front leg. Turn the back toes if you want to. And then we're hinging forward over that leg. Hands onto the mat or onto blocks. Maybe one side feels quite different from the other. It's quite normal to have one leg that's a little tighter than the other leg. Great. Inhale, draw yourself all the way up to standing. And then stepping forward. Fantastic. So stick with either of those first two options that we just did. Or we'll do it through once more. So stepping back with the left foot, nice big step. Find your warrior one. Take the arms out and up. Shoulders down, palms facing. And then we'll straighten through that right leg. This time we'll take the arms out and round, either taking hold of opposite elbows, or if you can, bring the hands into reverse prayer, bringing the hands into reverse prayer. Now, if this isn't right for you at all, if you feel wobbly at all, then go back to one of the options we just did, either hands on hips or arms lifted. Make sure you've definitely got that gap between the feet so you feel nice and steady. You can release the hands at any point. Remember, hold on to opposite elbows if reverse prayer isn't comfortable. We'll reintroduce that little back bend. So with an inhale, lengthen up, send the heart up towards the ceiling. And then coming back to center and folding forwards over that right leg. Great. Inhale. Lengthen up. Draw yourself all the way back up to standing. Release the hands and stepping forwards. Fantastic. So stepping back with your right foot this time. Find your warrior one. Wriggle about. Take the arms out and up. Palms facing, shoulders down. Wonderful. Straighten through that front leg. Take the arms out and round. Turn the back foot. Take hold of opposite elbows or reverse prayer. Make sure you feel nice and steady. We're lengthening up. Exhale, little bend back. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinging forward. Fantastic. Inhale, lengthen all the way up to standing. Release the hands and stepping forward. Wonderful work. So give everything a good wriggle out. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into dancer's pose. So again, if you feel wobbly today, mantelpiece is a good thing to hold on to. Grab a chair, use a wall, whatever is best. We're going to take the weight into our right foot, and you're going to lift the left foot, so bringing the heel up towards you, and we're going to take hold of the inside of that left foot. Now you want to be rotating your shoulder, keeping it open. So a good way to make sure you're doing that is starting with your thumb up in front of you. And then you take the hand round behind, keeping that thumb up. And that's what you use to take hold of the inside of that left foot. So if you've taken it round and you found the thumbs pointing down and you're taking hold of the outside of that left foot, you'll find your shoulder is dropping, and then you can't open out through the heart quite so well. Whereas if you rotate the hand, rotate the arm, you'll be able to open out through the chest and improve this pose. So once you're here, trying to shift the hips forward, find that stretch through the front of the left thigh. Now if you can't take hold of your foot, you can always use a strap here, a scarf, a sock, whatever you can get your hands on. So you take the strap around the foot, again, thumbs pointing up, and you're using that strap to hold on to the foot so you can have a bit more space through the back of the knee. So find what works best for you. So we're all starting with weight into the right foot, bringing that left foot up, taking hold of the left foot. Now you can stay here, trying to bring the knees towards each other, shifting the hips forward, find that stretch down the front of the left thigh, or we'll shift forwards towards dancer's pose. So right hand coming up in front in Chin Mudra to help ground and balance and center. And then we'll shift that weight forward, pressing the left foot into the left hand, opening out through the back of the knee, coming towards dancer's pose. So find a focus point, try and keep the gaze lifted, keep the heart lifted. And then drawing yourself all the way back up to center, knees coming back together. And release that left foot. Fantastic, give everything a bit of a wriggle. And we'll take that on to the other side. So I'll just shift around so you can see what's happening. Our weight is going to go into the left foot. Again, right hand out in front, thumb up. Take that right hand round. Lift the right foot, take hold of the inside of that right foot. So we're trying to keep the chest lifted. Remember, you can stay here with knees together, hips shifting forward, tailbone tucked under to get that stretch through the front of the thigh. Or left hand out in front, Chin Mudra. Center yourself, find that balance. And then shifting forward, press the foot into the hand, coming into dancer's pose. Remember, you can have a bit of a bend in the supporting leg to help with balance. So it doesn't have to be dead straight, you can have a good bend. And then drawing yourself all the way up to center and release that foot. Fantastic. Give everything a good wriggle. So let's do that once more on either side. So weight's going to come into the right foot. We're taking hold of the inside of the left foot. Right hand out in front, Chin Mudra. Exhale. Shift the weight forward, but keep the heart lifted as you push that left foot into the left hand, trying to open out through the back of the knee. And then inhale, going all the way back up to center. Fantastic, release the foot, straight onto the other side. So weight into the left foot, lift the right foot, take hold of that right foot. Left hand out in front, Chin Mudra. Deep breath in. Exhale, shift that weight forward, press the right foot into the right hand. If there's wobbles, embrace the wobbles. Fantastic. Inhale, draw yourself all the way up to standing. Lovely. See, even yoga teachers wobble sometimes. Fab. So we're going to come to standing towards the front of our mat. With an inhale, take the arms out and up. With an exhale, we'll take a little bend back, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinging forward, bringing the hands down onto the mat or onto the legs. With an inhale, we'll look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. We'll take a big step back with the left foot. Back knee coming down onto the mat. Top of the back foot down onto the mat. Coming into a lunge. So stretching out through those hip flexors that have been doing all of our work whilst we've been walking or running. Getting a bit of a stretch into the quads as well. Now, if you find that you are collapsing down over that front leg, again, you can always use blocks or bricks to help lift up. And you can stay here, or we're going to bring the hands to the inside of the right foot, coming towards lizard. Again, use blocks or bricks if that's better for you today. Or if you're feeling like you want to deepen this stretch, you can see if you can come down towards the elbows. Great. Bringing yourself back up onto the hands. Bring the hands back to frame that right foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step back for downward facing dog. So give the heels a bit of a walk. Shake the head, nod the head. Ease yourself into the pose in whatever way is best. Lovely, then we'll just shift the weight forwards, coming towards plank, or pop the knees down, elbows tucked in, lower down onto your front. Inhale, coming up for cobra or baby cobra. Hips rooted, shoulders down. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. So lift the gaze towards the front of the mat. Step or jump the feet forward. Little bend in the knees, take the arms out and up. Draw yourself all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down to prayer in front of the heart. Fantastic. So we'll do that on the other side. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, little bend back. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinging forward, hands down onto the mat or onto the legs. We'll step back with our right foot this time. Nice big step. Back knee down. So again, find that lunge. Hands framing the front foot, either hands on bricks or blocks, or coming up onto fingertips. Wriggle the feet as much as you need to find that good stretch. And then bringing the hands to the inside of the left foot, coming into lizard. Remember, you can stay up on the palms, or if you like, coming down towards the elbows. Great. Coming back up onto the hands. Hands framing that front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, step back. Downward facing dog. Ease into down dog. Find that length through the spine. Shoulders down away from the ears. And then weight forwards towards plank or pop the knees down. Keep those elbows tucked in as you lower down onto your front. Inhale for cobra or baby cobra. Hips rooted, shoulders down. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes. Send the hips up and back. Down dog. Lift the gaze towards the front of the mat. Step or jump the feet forward. A little bend in the knees. Take the arms out and up. Draw yourself all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down to prayer in front of the heart. So take a moment, realign everything. Let the breath settle. Let the body settle. And then with an inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, little bend back. Inhale, center. Exhale, folding forward. Hands onto the mat or onto the legs, coming into your forward fold. Weight slightly forwards towards the toes. Stepping back, downward facing dog. And take a little twist here in down dog. So right hand coming towards the left side of the mat, looking under that left arm, or you can reach for the left leg. Great. Bringing that right hand back to the mat. Left hand either reaching for the right side of the mat or reaching for the right leg, looking underneath that right arm. Great. Bring that left hand back onto the mat. Weight forwards to plank, or pop the knees down and lowering down onto your front. Fantastic. So untuck the toes and just rest the forehead on the hands. Lovely. So we're going to bring the right heel in towards the body. So rest the forehead on the left hand, using the right hand. Take hold of that right foot and see if you can draw the right heel down towards you. So you can always use a strap here and take the strap around the foot. Taking hold of the strap instead of taking hold of the foot again, so you can have a bit more space in the back of the knee. Lovely. Then we'll release that right foot We're going to swap to the other side. So forehead resting on the right hand. We're going to lift the left foot. See if you can take hold of that left foot and draw the left heel down towards you. Lovely, release that left foot. So repeating on both sides like this, or this time coming up onto your left forearm. So you're slightly lifted, shoulders down away from the ears. Again, bend the right knee. See if you can take hold of that right foot, drawing the right heel down towards you. So you should feel this more into the back. And then we'll swap sides. So right forearm coming down onto the mat. Bend the left knee in. See if you can take hold of that left foot, drawing the left heel down towards you. Lovely, release that foot. So then for any of you that want to, we'll do a quick bow pose. So bringing both heels in, taking hold of the feet or the ankles. So as we inhale, you're gonna lift the chest and lift the legs, pressing the feet into the hands. So whenever you're ready, inhaling to lift. And then exhale and lower. So try and keep the legs in line. Try not to let the knees move out to the sides or in towards center. When you're ready with an inhale, we'll lift again. Inhaling to lift. So don't worry about lifting too high. Just try and send the heart forward. Push the feet into the hands. And then exhale and lower. Fab. And then one last time, inhaling to lift. And lower. Well done. Release the feet. Put the hands down onto the mat. Sit back towards the heels. So we'll have big toes together, knees out wide, coming into a wide-legged ancestral worship. Bringing the forehead either onto the hands or onto the fists. Allowing the breath to settle. Allow the body to settle. Really tuning into the breath, sending that breath right the way down to the center of the body. And then when you feel ready, walking the hands up towards you, coming up to kneeling or spin the feet round. Great. So that concludes our little practice. Thank you for joining me on the mat. I hope everything feels nice and stretched out and there's no aches or pains after your nice walk or run. So, Om Shanti.